It is the We Are You Morning Crew, and I am George Daigle. You're in the right place to get the sizzling subjects and the trending topics. Ladies and gentlemen, if you are just tuning into the show, it is Monday, and I'm in charge of all the sizzling subjects and the trending topics. Ladies and gentlemen, if you don't know, now you know. Follow us on social media. Look us up, WERUradio, all one word. WERUradio on Pinterest, on Instagram, on YouTube, on Facebook, and if you're looking for us on the Twitter, you can find us at WERUradio, the number 4 and the word real. Follow us, download our app, listen to us on iTunes Radio, listen to us on the iHeart Radio app, listen to us on our website, listen to us on your Echo device as well. We are everywhere, giving you great music. And now we got to get into this. Now, it has been a controversy, ladies and gentlemen, that was first started surrounding Joe Rogan and his purported misinformation of COVID-19. Well, that has now grown far beyond that because Arie has shed some light on what she feels are some serious misjudgments in his part. So we're going to let Sister India talk to you a little bit, and then we will come back and talk about it some more.
Hey y'all, I want to leave a short message here about why I decided to ask my music be pulled off of Spotify. So check this out.
No white people. Says, okay, take me to this one. And the guy goes, okay. I goes, is that in a good neighborhood? He's like, oh, yeah. Guy barely speaks English. He takes us there. We get out. And we're giggling. Oh, we're going to see Planet of the Apes. We walk into Planet of the Apes. We walked into Africa, dude. We walked in the door, and there was no white people. It says, okay, take.
I empathize with the people who are leaving for the COVID disinformation reasons, and I think that they should. I also think that Joe Rogan has the right to say what he wants to say. I also think that I have the right to say what I want to say. So as an artist who builds, Spotify is built on the back of the music streaming. So they take this money that's built from streaming and they pay this guy $100 million, but they pay us 0.003% of a penny. Just take me off. I don't want to generate money that pays this. Just take me off. That's where I'm at. And I know that I'm actually, to be honest with you, surprised that my statements were picked up because I thought people weren't really going to listen to me because that's what I'm used to from the industry. But I'm glad that I am being heard, and for that reason, I want to clarify my statements. Again, this is why. Watch this.
Like, you know,
The nigger thing.
yeah,
saying the word nigger.
Well, you've already said nigger.
D is just like nigger. Saying nigger.
She's calling you a nigger. It's like this
Boy, that he's a nigger, and starts calling them niggers. Word nigger. There should be a word like nigger, especially like the word nigger. That's our nigger. About niggers. He says nigger. Guy, a nigger. And there are niggers. Start saying nigger. Allowed to use the word nigger. Out the word nigger. See nigger. Word nigger. Say nigger, and he couldn't say nigger. Most nigger.
So we know how social media can be. Things can be doctored. People are taken out of context. It's happened to me many times. However, I want to be clear in no uncertain terms. Where I stand on this is that he shouldn't even be uttering the word. Don't even say it under any context. Don't say it.
Now, Joe Rogan does go on to make an apology of sorts. I'll give you a clip of that because it ain't even really worth it because I'm going to tear that up in just a second anyway. But here is what he had to say.
I'm making this video to talk about the most regretful and shameful thing that I've ever had to talk about publicly. There's a video that's out that's a compilation of me saying the N-word. It's a video that's made of clips taken out of context of me of 12 years of conversations on my podcast, and it's all smushed together, and it looks fucking horrible, even to me. Now, I know that to most people, there's no context where a white person is ever allowed to say that word, never mind publicly on a podcast. But it's not my word to use. I'm well aware of that now, but for years I used it in that manner. I never used it to be racist because I'm not racist, but whenever you're in a situation where you have to say, I'm not racist, You fucked up. And I clearly have fucked up.
Now, Joe Rogan has been doing his podcast for 12 years. So let's minus the 12 from the 22 that we're at, okay? So that's 2010. Am I right in my math? I may be a little rusty, but correct me if I'm wrong. So you started this podcast in 2010. Sir, at that point in time, did you not know at that time, under any context, were you able to use the N-word? Now, I know that a lot of white folks feel that they should be able to use the word. Ask yourself why you feel you should be able to use that word when you know what that word means. Regardless if black people say it, why do you think that you as a white person in America have the right to use that word at any time? If it's the lyrics in a song, if it's in a poem, a book you're reading out loud, at no time ever is it okay. And Joe Rogan is aware of that. He said so himself. There's no way that it's, a reason that anyone should use it in any context. But those words I said were years ago and thousands of shows. Sir, you knew in 2010 when you started the damn podcast that it was not okay for you to use the N-word. So I do not feel sorry that you can keep that apology and shove it because you're full of shit, just like the apology is. And Spotify, Arie is absolutely right for calling you out because you're taking money from these artists that you're getting from these artists, from their spins, from them being on your platform, from the generated revenue that you're getting from the ads that are generated from these artists being on your platform. Yes, every artist that has some bit of conscience should remove their music to let Spotify know that this is not what we are going to support. And if you're going to use us as a part of your platform, then we're going to have some say in how this goes. And a Joe Rogan should never, in my opinion, be allowed to use his podcast, to have his podcast on there again. The apology is bullshit. He knew what he was doing every time he used the word. The number of times he's talking about it was taken out of context. What context was it correct, sir? None. Not at all. Because on other shows, Joe Rogan has actually said the N-word instead of actually saying nigga. And then he said the nigga with the hard R. Y'all know that ain't correct. It's Black History Month. And it's time for black people to call bullshit bullshit. Now, I am not for the superiority of any race. I'm not saying that black people should be above white people or any other race. I'm not saying that at all. But we need to understand and call a thing when the thing is what it is. And racism and using that and trying to backpedal it and say, oh, at the time I didn't know. Dude, this was 2010. This was in 1969, 1950, 1940. This is 2010 when you started this damn podcast 12 years ago, according to you. You've been doing it for 11 to 12 years. So with that in mind, you knew at the time that you uttered the word that it was going to stir controversy. You just thought your fan base was going to be the only people that would hear it. But now that it's gotten out of the box, you're trying to backpedal. Either be who you are and be real. Now, I could respect you for real. I could respect you if you said, hey, the word is the word. Other people use it. We have the right to use it, and I'm going to use it. Now, if you had done that, I'd have said, hey, you got some balls. I wouldn't have respected you, but I'd say, oh, at least he's standing by his earlier statement. But now to backpedal and try to say, oh, I'm so sorry. And nobody should ever say it in context. And if you're defending yourself and being a racist, you probably are, No. I call bullshit. And so other artists like Arie, thank you, girl, who speak up for this, then more power to you. And Spotify, I hope you are hearing this word this loud and clear. Now, the other side of the coin, ladies and gentlemen, could be a backlash on other podcasts and other shows that use language that other people could feel is offensive. You get where this is going? And because there is a privileged community right now that doesn't want to be made to feel bad, that other podcasts could be censored and called and pulled from the platform. Now, I'm not saying that we should be afraid of saying what we need to say about this Joe Rogan and other racist platforms. But again, the coin does turn, so we should be ready for the backlash, because the privileged, perfect people who don't want to feel bad are probably going to have a lot to say. Notice how quickly Whoopi Goldberg was taken off her platform when she apologized for her misstep, only because she wasn't aware of the fact that the Nazis and World War II was about race. She didn't know. And she apologized for that. This Joe Rogan knew what he was saying, knew exactly what the word meant, knew the offense that would be taken by those who heard it. And now he's apologizing. I call bullshit. And Spotify, I call you on your bullshit if you don't unequivocally suspend him, pull his podcast, even if you do it for politically correctness. Is that right? Political correctness. Even if you do that. But sitting there and saying, he apologized and no. Because that only tells us that you are about one thing and one thing only. You don't give a damn about your artists who are getting paid little to nothing. We've heard this from Arie. We heard it from old girl that I really don't like, Taylor Swift, for a lot of different reasons, but that's not a part of this. And other artists. So let's get it together. Let's call a thing, ladies and gentlemen. This is Black History Month. We're not putting up no more bullshit. Now you tell us what you think, because it'll be posted on our social media, and I'd love to know what you think about it. Thank you so much, engineer, for bringing that down. I'd love to know what you think about it, so make sure you subscribe, like, follow, comment, and be here tomorrow morning when the rest of the crew are here with me to bring you more sizzling subjects and trending topics. I am George Daigle. Go out there, be safe. Remember, I love you, and there's nothing you can do about it. Good morning.
Download the WERUradio app.
Turn it up loud.
Use the shout out feature to talk directly to your favorite station. Louder! It's available in your app store. Search WERUradio, one word, today.